What if your jewelry could shine, even in the dark? Don't miss this glow-in-the-dark magic. It looks beautiful by day, but wait until the lights go out. Welcome everyone to BCC Art Studio. I'm Billy. Today I want to try something different. So I went and I bought some luminous powders. This comes with, now I tried them out a little bit, but I really haven't gotten much practice with them. So whatever I do today is going to be purely experimental. So it comes with all these colors. It comes with a little light, a little UV black light, I think it is. Comes with a couple of spoons. And since on the cover it says 12 and plus 3, so you get 12 of the powders, and then you get 3 of the sparkles, which are yellow, pink, and pink blue, it says. So I'm going to show you what this does. And you can probably see it right from here once I shine the light on it. I don't know if you can tell the difference with all these lights in the room, but so yeah, that's what it does. And I'm going to do one with one of the powders. Just grab a powder. Let's grab a blue. This is a blue powder. I'm just going to hold my light on there for a bit. And you see that they glow. So I'm going to try experimenting with those today. So let's get started. Alright, so there probably isn't going to be a whole lot of talking in this one because, like I said, it is experimental and I'm not even sure what I'm going to do. I do know that I'm going to be using my little texture stamp that I made. And I'm going to try that out on my clay. But first, I need, what did I do with you? My mica powders. So I'm going to use my nail powders on my black clay. So I'm going to use some, looks like a gold copper, a purple, a magenta, and a rose gold. So I'm going to use those on my clay first here. Let's start off with rose gold. That is such a pretty color. So I'm just going to brush some colors on here and go with the flow. So now that I have my colors on there, I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to tap on the clay. I don't want to swirl because I don't want to mix the colors. I just want them slightly blended. So I'm just going to tap because I don't want to mix the colors. Otherwise they'll turn muddy. Okay, so I have this holographic piece of paper that I'm going to use for varnishing. It's not going to do anything. I'm just using it because it's got a nice glossy finish. So I'm just going to use that to push the colors into the clay. And I'm not really pressing hard. I'm just rubbing over the clay. Just getting them colors pushed into the clay. Now, you'll notice that it is somewhat white, is because I put cornstarch on there before I baked it, and it does help to keep it from sticking. You can use water. You could spray water on your clay, but baby powder, anything, I used cornstarch. So I'm going to put this on my clay and give it an impression. I'm going to get my roller and give it a good roll. And just pull up. So now we have our impression. The next thing I want to do is I want to grab my clear box tape that I use, and I'm going to get a piece of that off of there. And I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to place it over the top here. And I'm just going to rub ever so slightly. I'm not pushing down. I'm just rubbing. I'm going to take off some of the mica powders. I'm going to try to anyway. I varnished them in pretty good, I think. And you may have to do this a couple steps at a time. I mean, get the mica powders off. Just don't press down into the holes. You don't want to get those mica powders out of the holes. And you may have to use a couple pieces of tape, which I'm going to do. Getting better, getting better. It's not too bad. I think that'll do. So what I think I want to do is I want to grab my gold mica powder and just going to rub some gold across the top there. And if you don't like it, you can always take your tape and pull it off. Trying my best not to get it down in the holes. I kind of have somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing here, but I really don't know where it's going to end up. So this is what I have so far. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place this onto another piece of clay because it is a little thin. And just going to varnish it again just to seal it to that other piece of clay. And then I'm going to cut out my shape. Next, I'm going to take my blue here, and I need a little resin cup. I'm going to put some resin in here. It's going to be the high viscosity Let's Resin UV Resin High Viscosity. And I'm going to put some in here. I'm not going to have too much because I'm not going to have that much resin to use. And then I'm going to take my pink blue. This is the glitter stuff. I just got to get the lid off of it. Now I haven't baked my clay yet, and you can put cured resin in the oven. It will not melt. So I'm going to put a little bit in each one of these little spots. And then I'm going to cure it and then bake it. Try not to get too much on there. Now I will be covering this with resin afterwards, so I just want to make sure that I get a little bit of glitter in each one of these little spots. The little tiny ones are going to be really hard to do, I think. Okay, we're going to cure that for 2 minutes. Alright, so it's all cured. Now we are going to put this in the oven for 30 minutes. Okay, we are back and it is all baked. So now I'm going to put a resin coat over it. And I'm going to be using high viscosity flex resin. And then we will put it under the light and we'll see what it looks like. We're going to cure that for 2 minutes. So here it is after the resin cover. And this is without the reflective UV black light. And now I will show you what it looks like in the dark. That is pretty awesome. I'll put the light on there again. That is so cool. It looks like lights. Well, I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching and happy pouring.